and they're off. On the extreme outside, Cruise On In going for the lead. For the moment, ranging up on the inside, and there goes Seattle Slew, quickly taking the lead. That's Seattle Slew getting to the front by 2 lengths. For the moment is second by a half length. Alley-oop racing third. On the outside, Cruise On In is fourth by half a length. Turn of Coin is fifth between horses. Sail to Rome is sixth on the inside, with stablemate Star Spangled seventh. Sanhedrin on the outside is in eighth position. John's Quillo is ninth, and Western Wind is 10th. Past the 5/8 pole. Seattle Slew leading the way by 3 lengths. For the moment is now second by 2. On the inside, Alley-oop third by a half. Turn of Coin between horses fourth around the far turn. Seattle Slew leads by 2 lengths. That's For the Moment, racing second by 4. Sail to Rome moves through now third on the inside by a length and a half. Alley-oop is next. Up on the outside, Cruise On In, and on the rails, Star Spangled. It's Seattle Slew in front by a length and a half. For the Moment is second by 4, and Sail to Rome is now racing third on the inside and gaining on the leaders as they straighten away in the stretch. Seattle Slew has the lead by a length and a half. For the Moment on the outside, second by 3 lengths. Sail to Rome is now third on the inside, followed by Alley-oop and Star Spangled. Coming to the 16th pole, Seattle Slew now draws away to lead by 5. Seattle Slew in front by 8 lengths. Seattle Slew going easily.
2 1/4 lengths. It's winter.
1977's Horse of the Year made the Wood Memorial the stepping stone to the Kentucky Derby for the 3rd consecutive year. Seattle Slew and jockey Jean Cruguet sailed through the stretch virtually alone as Slew wrapped up his 6th triumph in an equal number of starts. 3 as a 2-year-old, 3 as a 3-year-old, and he was off to Churchill Downs as the odds-on. But the start of the Kentucky Derby dismayed the Seattle Slew backers. Slew veers to the right, Cruguet's weight shifts left, and he does a masterful job merely staying aboard. Imprisoned behind a wall of horses, Seattle Slew reveals there's more than a touch of street fighter in his nature. The first quarter of a mile documents what Slew is all about as he bulls his way out of jeopardy. Shut off, Seattle Slew fights his way through, displaying a fierce competitive spirit as he outruns Bob's Dusty and then For the Moment to the first turn. In the stretch, Seattle Slew has reserve power to pull away from the rest of the 15-horse field. Jean Cruguet whips right-handed, and Slew widens his lead as For the Moment fades. Run Dusty Run is all out to maintain second as Sanhedrin rallies from far back to move into the show position. But the 1977 Kentucky Derby belongs to Seattle Slew. At Pimlico, Slew and Cormorant stage a determined duel in the early going of the Preakness, but Jean Cruguet and his undefeated colt make a big move on the final turn. The Kentucky Derby winner moves into the lead by a length and a quarter. Entering the stretch, Seattle Slew is in command. Iron Constitution surges up to second, but can't catch the 1-2 favorite. Seattle Slew wins the 102nd running of the Preakness and now needs only the Belmont Stakes to complete the treasured Triple Crown. Belmont Park's Barn 54 became the place to be. workout completed, Seattle Slew is now 32 hours and a mile and a half away from the Triple Crown. A respite from the constant rain allows trainer Billy Turner's crew to tend to Slew's million-dollar legs outside. A patient and friendly horse, Seattle Slew toys with his groom while his bold, inquisitive eye carefully notes the camera to his right. Sally and Jim Hill wait anxiously as Seattle Slew is a late arrival, delayed by traffic en route from Barn 54. Seattle Slew dances his way out to the track, displaying signs of tension. Small wonder, being surrounded by a sea of faces that is Belmont Park on this historic afternoon.
On the inside now, Seattle Slew goes for the lead. He has the lead as they move through the stretch. Up on the outside, it's Sanhedrin. Along the inside, Run Dusty Run. On the extreme outside, Spirit Level is moving up. They move for the first turn with Spirit Level on the extreme outside, and Seattle Slew along the rail. Then it's Run Dusty Run alongside Sanhedrin, followed by Mr. Red Wing, then Make Amends, Sir, and Iron Constitution. They're moving on the turn. Seattle Slew by a half length. Spirit Level is second by 2. Run Dusty Run is third by a half. Sanhedrin is fourth by 2.5. Then Mr. Red Wing is fifth by 3 lengths. Make Amends is alongside Sir, and the final horse is Iron Constitution. They've gone the first quarter of a mile, 24 and 3.5 and 48 and 2 with Seattle Slew now to receive a challenge on the outside. It's Seattle Slew on the inside. Run Dusty Run and Spirit Level have both moved up alongside. It's Seattle Slew holding on, however, and now he pulls away to a length again. Spirit Level is second ahead and Run Dusty Run is third. A gap of 4 back and it's Sanhedrin in fourth. Mr. Red Wing is fifth. Then it's Iron Constitution moving to sixth. Sir, and Make Amends, 3/4 of a mile in 1:14. They're moving on the turn. Still Seattle Slew, and he has it by 2. Run Dusty Run and Spirit Level are battling together, second and third. Beginning to close a bit, Sanhedrin is fourth and closer. Mr. Red Wing is fifth. Iron Constitution in a furious drive is driving along the rail. They're coming on the turn with Seattle Slew still the leader. Seattle Slew, 1 mile and 1:38 and 4/5 now leads by a half. Still on the outside now, Sanhedrin has taken over. Then it's Run Dusty Run, swinging to the extreme outside, Iron Constitution. In the stretch, here he comes, and he's opening it up again. It's Seattle Slew, and he's drawing clear of the field. Seattle Slew has 4 lengths on Run Dusty Run. It's Run Dusty Run in second and Sanhedrin third. They're nearing the finish line. It's still Seattle Slew, and he's opened it out to 4.5. Then Run Dusty Run and Sanhedrin.
Seattle Slew wins the Belmont Stakes by 4 lengths and becomes the 10th horse in thoroughbred history to capture the Triple Crown and is the first horse ever to carry an undefeated record through the Triple Crown. The Belmont Park fans hail Seattle Slew and jockey Jean Cruguet with thunderous cheers. The 109th running of the Belmont Stakes lived up to its advanced billing and culminates the dream that captivates all of racing. Departing after a day's work well done, Seattle Slew receives yet another ovation. While in the winner's circle, New York Governor Hugh Carey presents the Belmont Trophy to the Taylors and the Hills. Watching Seattle Slew once more on the turn for home and through the stretch run. It's a Triple Crown achievement secured with a minimum of doubt. From the time the first quarter of a mile of the Kentucky Derby was over, Seattle Slew was virtually unperturbed by challenge. Jean Cruguet Gay looks back for the competition, but Seattle Slew has demolished the field. It's a complete victory, an historic Belmont Stakes, and an event that will long be remembered as Jean Gay celebrates Seattle Slew's treasured moment by stamping his audacious trademark on the 1977 racing season.
Tobin is going to the front. Seattle Slew is second. Affiliate third on the inside. Text is fourth. Mr. Gus fifth. Mr. Red Wing sixth. And White Sprite trails. Coming by the stand the first time, it's J.O. Tobin in front by 2.5 lengths. Seattle Slew is second by 2 lengths. Affiliate third by a head. Text fourth on the outside by 3 lengths. Minnesota Gus is fifth. And Mr. Red Wing and White Sprite. Around the first turn, it's J.O. Tobin in front by 2.5 lengths. Seattle Slew is second on the rail by a head. Tex third by 5 lengths. Affiliate fourth by 2 lengths. Minnesota Gus is fifth. Then Mr. Red Wing and White Sprite. Turning into the backstretch, it's J.O. Tobin in front by 1 length. Tex is second by a head. Seattle Slew third by 10 lengths. Affiliate fourth. Then Minnesota Gus, Mr. Red Wing, and White Sprite. Down the backstretch is J.O. Tobin in front by 2 lengths. Seattle Slew is second on the inside by a neck. Tex third by 8 lengths. Then Affiliate, Mr. Red Wing, and Minnesota Gus. Around the far turn is J.O. Tobin in front by 3 lengths. Seattle Slew is second by a half length. Tex third by 8 lengths. Then Affiliate of Minnesota Gus. Turning for home, it's still J.O. Tobin out in front, and he's widening. J.O. Tobin by 5 lengths. Text is now second, 3/4 of a length. Seattle Slew third, and Affiliate is closing much ground. Into the stretch, it's J.O. Tobin in front by 6 lengths. Text is second by a head. Affiliate third by 3, and Seattle Slew is dropping back. Seattle Slew is well beaten. It's J.O. Tobin out in front by 8 lengths. J.O. Tobin, Affiliate on the outside in Tex, and J.O. Tobin is the winner by 8.5 lengths. Affiliate second, a nose with Tex finishing third by 6 lengths. Then Seattle Slew is fourth.
And they're off. Toward the inside, it's Freezing goes for the lead. On the far outside, Seattle Slew into second position. Dr. Patches is next, followed by Life's Hope. They pass us for the first time, and it's Seattle Slew taking command by 2.25 lengths. Dr. Patches on the outside is second and going to the leader. After that, Life's Hope between horses third. It's Freezing is fourth. That's True Statement fifth. Gibouly on the far outside sixth. Father Hogan seventh. Sisk is racing eighth, a length and a half. Wise Phillip is ninth, and Proud Birdie 10th as they move on to the backstretch with Seattle Slew showing the way by 4 lengths. Dr. Patches is second by 2, and Life's Hope is now third on the outside, a half length. It's Freezing fourth along the inside. The first quarter in 23 seconds, and down the backstretch, it's Seattle Slew showing the way by 4 lengths. Dr. Patches second by 1, and Life's Hope on the outside third by a length. It's Freezing on the inside is fourth by 3. After that, True Statement, Father Hogan, Gibouly, Wise Phillip. 4 lengths farther back, Sisk and Proud Birdie. Now around the far turn, it's Seattle Slew now in front by 2 lengths as Dr. Patches is second by the same margin, and Life's Hope third ahead. On the inside, it's Freezing fourth. Coming to the top of the stretch, a quarter of a mile to go. It's Seattle Slew in front, 3 parts of a length. Here comes Dr. Patches on the outside to challenge. They straighten away. It's Seattle Slew in front ahead. Dr. Patches on the outside to challenge. It's Freezing, gains ground on the rail. Dr. Patches on the outside. On the rail, it's Seattle Slew. They're head and head and stride for stride. Dr. Patches on the outside. Seattle Slew on the rail. Those two to the wire.
The flag up waiting for a start, and they're off. For the lead, a firm break sharply on the inside, Seattle Slew on the outside. Then it's Darby Creek Road, followed by Nasty and Bold. As they move for the main track, the leader is Seattle Slew by 2. Affirmed is second by 1 length. On the outside, Derby Creek Road, 3rd a half. Nasty and Bold in 4th by 1. Then it's Cox's Ridge and finally Upper Nile along the inside. And even 24 seconds for the first quarter, relatively slow. It's Slew in front by 2.5. Affirmed in good position, second by 1 length. Nasty and Bold, 3rd ahead with Upper Nile closer in 4th. Derby Creek Road on the outside is 5th, and Cox's Ridge is the trailer. Only 7 lengths separates the first horse and the last into the turn. 47 seconds, a half mile with Slew still in front. He leads it 2.5, maintaining the same margin. Affirmed is second by 3/4 with Nasty and Bold, 3rd by 2.5. Cox's Ridge on the outside moves up a bit. Derby Creek Road, they're all driving, but they've got Seattle Slew to catch as they come to the head of the stretch. 3/4 in 10 and 1, and it's Seattle Slew holding the lead in the center of the racetrack. He's made it 3.5 lengths. Affirmed is taking up the chase on the inside, but it's still Seattle Slew's holding on. Nearing the finish, Seattle Slew has it by 4. Affirmed, fire back, Nasty and Bold. At the wire, it's going to be Seattle Slew. He pulls off the big one, winning at 2.5. Affirmed is second, Nasty and Bold in 3rd. The other 3 finished in a virtual dead heat, 4th, 5th, and 6th. That's the way it was as they ran this race wire to wire. Seattle Slew, and he ran the distance in 1:45 and 4.
It's now post time. All in the starting gate. The flag is up. Standing in good order while we wait for a start. And they're off. It's freezing, breaks sharply for the lead on the outside. Seattle Slew, however, now goes on to take it. It is Seattle Slew who moves out by 2. It's freezing second by a half length. Then Wise, Phillip, and Exceller are alongside him, and the trailer is Great Contractor as they move on the turn for the backstretch. Moving to the backstretch, Seattle Slew has just 1 length. It's freezing is second by a head. Exceller is very close in 3rd. On the outside and challenging second. They went the first quarter in 24 and 4, but there's a battle up front. Seattle Slew has it by 3/4 of a length. Exceller into second by a length and a half. It's freezing is 3rd by 4. Wise Phillip, then finally Great Contractor. As they continue down the backstretch, the pace picked up. They went a half in 47 and 3. And that's why Seattle Slew now increases the lead to a length and a half. But Exceller is stalking the pace with Shoemaker just behind him. Then another length and a half to It's Freezing in 3rd. 3 lengths further back, Wise Phillip, and the final horse is still Great Contractor. They're moving on the turn. Have the 3/4 now in 10 and 4 as the pace continues to pick up. Seattle Slew by 2.5. Exceller second by a length and a half. It's Freezing in 3rd by 2.5. Wise Phillip and finally Great Contractor, but they've still got Seattle Slew to catch as they come to the head of the stretch. The head of the stretch, it's the Slew by 2. Then Exceller in second by 3.5. It's Freezing, Wise Phillip, and Great Contractor. In the stretch, Seattle Slew trying to hold on to a 3-length lead. Exceller drives to the inside, holding second by 6. Great Contractor is picking up some ground, but they've still got the Slew in front. He has 3 as they come to the wire.
It is Seattle Slew Affirmed and Exceller in one of the greatest events in sporting history. Sit forward and hang on to your seats and let the late Chick Anderson describe this barn burner.
And they're off for the lead. Seattle Slew along the inside, then Affirmed on the outside. It's Life's Hope. Those 3 go out on the pace together. Then it's a gap of 6 lengths back, 1 cut above, followed by Exceller and finally Great Contractor. They move into the turn, a 3-horse team. Seattle Slew along the rail, Affirmed on the outside second, and Life's Hope on the extreme outside is 3rd as they move right together on the turn.
Then it's a gap of 14 lengths back to one cut above. Another 6 lengths to Exceller, and the trailer is Great Contractor. They whip through that first quarter in 22 and 3. They move still as a team to the backstretch. Seattle Slew along the rail, affirmed on the outside, and Life's Hope further out in third. Those three are really blazing down the backstretch. Then it's a gap of 20 lengths to one cut above. Exceller now moves up to take over that spot. Then the trailer is still Great Contractor. They went a half in 45 and 1. The pace is very fast. Down the backstretch, it's Seattle Slew now 1 length. Affirmed to second by 2, and Life's Hope has now dropped back into third. Then there's a gap of 12 lengths to Exceller, followed by 1 cut above, and finally Great Contractor. 3/4 of a mile went in a very unbelievable 109 and 2. On the turn, still Slew, and he's got it 2.5. Affirmed is picking up a bit of ground on the turn. Then it's a gap of 5, and here comes Exceller. He's got it in gear, and he's flying now at the leaders. Further back, 1 cut above. They come for the head of a stretch. Slew still 2.5. Here comes Exceller to the inside. Shoemaker makes his move at Seattle Slew. It is Seattle Slew, Exceller along the inside. Those two heads apart, but it's Exceller who has a head in front at the head of a stretch. They went 1.25 miles in 2:01 and 4, and they're battling it out. Still Slew hanging in there. Exceller has the inside. It's Exceller along the inside. Seattle Slew on the outside. This is a real battle onto the wire, but Exceller gets a narrow lead as they pass the 16th pole. Seattle Slew coming back again.
With a fantastic...
And they're off. On the inside, Seattle Slew goes out for the lead. Do Tell George is second. Wise Phillip in third. They move to the first turn. Seattle Slew cruises out to the lead by 1.5 lengths. It's Do Tell George on the outside. Jumping Hill along the inside. Those two heads apart, second and third. Then it's a gap of 5 lengths back to Wise Phillip, and finally Finger Paints. They went the first 1/4 of a mile in 23 and 3/5. They move to the backstretch with Seattle Slew still the leader by 1.5 lengths. Now moving up to challenge that lead. Jumping Hill is going to make the pace with the Slew. He can't get to him, however, as they let out another notch. 1.5 lengths for Seattle Slew with the half in 46 and 4. Moving for the turn, Seattle Slew now has 2. Then it's still Jumping Hill second by 2 lengths. Do Tell George in third by 5 lengths. Wise Phillip. And the final horse remains Finger Paints as they move into the turn. And the Slew lets out another notch and begins to open on the field. Seattle Slew 2.5 lengths. Jumping Hill is second by 4 as they come to the head of the stretch. 3/4 went in an even 110 flat. Now they pass the 1/4 pole into the stretch. Cordero now goes to the whip, right-handed, and Seattle Slew continues to hold a big lead. He has 4 lengths as they near the 8th pole. The whip still down as Cordero now hand-riding out to the finish line. 1 mile in 34 and 2, going for that record with a 16th to go. Seattle Slew. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, the champion of the world, Seattle Slew.